Can we do this video, please? Okay, guys, I'm watching Nyghtstorm, and this is my daughter, Angel. Say hello.
Howdy.
Okay, and this week we have the best local business, and it is a charmer. So, what's this week's best local business, sweetheart?
Cumming Home Ministries.
Cumming Home Ministries, okay? It's in Cumming, Georgia, in Forsyth County. It's a wonderful, wonderful ministry with a thrift store, and they actually help guys who are homeless and actually give them a restart in life. They actually even rent out a beautiful home for these men to be at no cost to the guys. They're fronting all the cost, so they need some support. But they have a thrift store with some great stuff, and we have some surprise guests that's gonna come in and actually help us with this video. So are you ready to do this video, young lady? Yes. All right, you guys are gonna love this video. Check it out. So, all right, we are inside Cumming Home Ministries, and we got some fantastic people to introduce you to. What's up, ladies? How you doing?
Good to see ya.
Okay, hello, hello.
See you too.
Hello. And you know, that's the baby right there. Okay, so ladies, introduce yourselves.
Well, I'm Michelle Rosario, and I am the interim store manager. I volunteer 1 day a week to give the store manager a day off, and I also serve on the board.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yes. Ma'am.
I am Karen Rivera, and I am the administrator of Cumming Home Ministries, and I'm always here around the thrift store as well, but mainly taking care of books and all the operational type of things.
Beautiful. Wait a minute, hold on. Cameraman, look at this. Look who just walked in. It's Greg Dolezal.
Hey guys, how are you?
I didn't even know he was coming.
Hi, welcome, welcome.
Start the hair.
Sir, can you tell everybody who you are?
Greg Dolezal here, State Senate candidate for District 27, but more importantly, I'm a friend of Mr. YG Nyghtstorm.
I didn't even know he was coming. I gave him a call, and you know, I know he's incredibly busy, but hey, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Well, everything that is in the store is a donation from our community. So over here we have just a wide variety of different furniture. We try to display it and keep the best of the best because it is for resale purposes. So as you can see, we have a beautiful, beautiful setup of lots of furniture, which comprises of everything that you need to establish a home. If you turn to the right, you'll see that we get in a lot of women's donations as well. And this ranges from all different sizes, but we also get in juniors, we get in women's, infants. So the thrift store honestly has everything that a family would need to clothe themselves and to furnish their home. So everything that is in here is sold, and all of the profits go back into our ministry.
Now, quick question. I see some stuff over here.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Check this out. Greg, come here, man. You gotta look at this.
What
yes,
you got?
Look, only quality.
Look at the quality of what we got going on here now.
I mean, this looks brand new right here.
I mean, yeah. I mean, this is something you could put in your house.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
And Karen, tell us a little bit about this.
Well, we had a family recently come in with a truck and said that a member of their family died, and so they wanted to give us the best of the furniture. So they came here first and donated these lovely pieces. It's for your dining room, your living room, your bedroom. It's a whole set, and we were really, really blessed to get that in here. So this type of donation is what pays for the coverage for our men, for their housing and their food and their clothing and everything. So this is the kind of thing that the Lord has brought to us so that we can help these homeless men get their new start on life.
High-end furniture like this goes back into the program to help these guys. I mean, how you feel about that, man?
It's amazing. Look over your shoulder here, and I don't know if the camera can get this, but you walk into a lot of thrift stores and you feel like you're in a thrift store. But here, you've got mannequins, everything's displayed nicely, racks are clean, some stuff still in packaging over there. So it's an example, I think, of offering the best of the best, and people bring in their best. So it's amazing, I think. Tell us about the generosity of the community that you guys have seen.
It has been overwhelming. We have so many wonderful, wonderful reoccurring contributors. So we were a little worried in the beginning just because there are so many thrift stores within this area, but it's amazing how God and what we stand for and the people here have just brought in more and more donations.
So at the end of the month, we take these items and we give them. I'll introduce you to Frankie. Frankie's here, and she's from Shine His Light Ministry.
Frankie's here?
Yeah, Frankie's here.
Frankie Holbrook is here.
Yeah.
So let's find Frankie
Let's go
Holbrook.
find Frankie.
Oh man! Look, wait a minute, hold on. Get Frankie. Look at this. Look, come on, let's check out Frankie.
Back here shining his light, YG. You know how we do it. Finding some good books. Face to face, praying the scriptures for intimate worship.
See,
Awesome books.
that's good stuff. Who you got with you, Frankie?
Oh, this is none other than Fred Tukes, former welterweight champion of Australia.
Wait a minute, the real Fred Tukes.
Yes.
That, okay. Okay, I gotta introduce you to somebody. Come on in here, Greg.
Hey man, good
Hello,
to
how
see
are
you.
you, man? How are you? How are you?
Maybe we found the one guy in the store who could take you.
But between you two guys, who can do the most push-ups?
Him.
I think that.
You see stuff like this that's going on. I mean, how does it make you feel, since knowing that you are from Georgia, but you went across seas and you're coming back and you're seeing great work for some good guys resetting? Now, how does that make you feel?
Well, you know, the funny part about it is, I can remember when I was young, a young man, and
Right.
it was a young lady like yourself, you know, you guys that used to come to my neighborhood and would bring us books, bring us clothing when we didn't have it. So I saw what a difference that made for all of us young men. So it gave us confidence, it gave us a purpose, it gave us something to think about. It just it made our mind expand and make us want more, you know. And so I can recognize with that 100%, you know. And then once I started boxing, I started boxing with the Atlanta Police Athletic League, and they would sometimes have us go to the jails as young men and talk to grown-up men about what we're doing outside, just so that they can really know that because they made mistakes doesn't mean we're making the mistakes. You know what I mean? So I this is amazing, you know. So I appreciate Shine His Light Ministries having me out. You know, Cumming Home Ministries, you're doing all the work they do, and you know, and coming to support my man Greg Dolezal, you know, who's gonna do quite well once he wins the Senate. You know?
Look at what we got going on down here.
Yeah, it just
Wow.
keeps getting better.
Wow. Okay. So, what's the connection with you guys? Okay, you got Cumming Home Ministries and Shine His Light Ministries. So, how do you guys work together to help folks?
Well, God has connected us for sure. Kingdom connection for sure. And so, as I was telling you earlier, at the end of every month, we take all of our good clothing off of the racks, and then we call Frankie, because Frankie has some great connections in Atlanta and all over. And Frankie comes and picks them up. She is that medium to go out farther than we can go out. So Frankie, tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so what we're doing, and I don't even think they know how many people they're affecting. I do street ministry down in Atlanta, in the Bluff, Trinity Avenue, under the bridge over by Grady. So these people are sleeping on the streets and have next to nothing. And so they're providing warmth. A lot of times they're providing clothes, they're providing shoes, because when I went down to the clothing closet at Safe House Outreach, which is a large organization in Atlanta that services the homeless, they had maybe 2 shirts and 1 pair of shoes. And so I was telling Peggy that when I came to visit them and do a video with them earlier in the year, and I mean, they didn't even think twice. And they said, we're giving you all of our stuff that we recycle. So what they're doing now, and they don't know it, is they're filling up 2 clothing closets in Atlanta for We Care and Safe House. Safe House actually had to turn coats away for the first time ever this year.
Wow. Back when I was living out in Jackson County, and you know, I was a lot of pain, a lot of hurt going on in my life.
Right.
And one night, I think I'd reached that end of the rope. You know what I'm saying? I was tired of living that lifestyle. I was tired of going through the same emotions, hanging out with the same people, getting the same results. So eventually, one night, the Lord put his hand on my shoulder.
Come on, bro.
In the bedroom.
Come on, bro.
Where I was living. And I'm going to tell y'all, I went to my knees in that room. And the Lord had his hand on my shoulder, and as my eyes were closed, there was a puddle of water around me, and that puddle of water were the tears that Jesus had shed for me.
Wow.
And at that point, that was a turning point in my life right there, because right after that I was locked up. And at first I was angry I was locked up, but then I learned to realize that that was God's saving grace.
Wow.
That was the moment. That was the turning point in my life. So I went to RSAP, and from that point, I did my 9 months there, and I got out. I didn't know where I was going. Mom told me I could come back for a couple of weeks. I stayed there, and I went on to the internet. I found Cumming Home Ministries, transitional housing.
Okay.
And I read what their mission statement was. And I said, you know, this sounds like this is where I need to be. And I prayed about it. And I came in, I talked to Pastor Case at that time, and everything lined up. I was able to go to my aftercare classes, which was where my community service was at, which was walking distance from the house.
Wow.
AA was across the street where I needed to be. You know, when it's from God, the doors open up.
Wow.
And everything surrounded itself around this ministry. Now, I've been in this ministry for three and a half years, almost 4 years into this year.
Wow.
And I came through here just like these guys. I'm able to relate to them, and I'm able to share with them what God's done in my life and is doing in my life, and what he can do for them if we will get out of the way.
And Greg, I know you do a lot of work in Forsyth County, and when you see stories like this, you know, of folks here who have that kind of work ethic, you know, that faith behind them, but what Forsyth County means, you've seen a lot of stuff, but what do you think about Mike here? I mean,
it's amazing.
It's amazing. What do you think, sir?
It's amazing. I think about Psalm 40, you know, where David talks about he was in a pit, and he waited patiently for the Lord, and God inclined and heard his cry and lifted him out of the muck and out of the miry clay. And addiction has impacted my family. YG knows the stories. I think it's amazing the way that God redeemed you and restored you, and now he's propelled you to be really a source of faith and encouragement to other people. That's the power of the gospel, and it's the power of chains falling off of you.
Yes.
And the way that God breaks chains of addiction, chains of abuse, chains of poverty, and allows you to step into his freedom to be an example and a light to other people is so encouraging to me. You live this in your life every day.
Yeah.
You didn't mention this in this video, but YG was homeless as well in his past. And so for both you men to be such an encouragement to other men, it takes humility to be able to tell your story, because you're admitting, you know, you're exposing weaknesses in your past and in your life, but it's in your weakness that you're made strong.
The ministry has been wonderful for me. What it's allowed me to be able to do is to come to a place that I can organize my life again. It's given me a safe environment.
Yes, sir.
And it's giving back. And what we're doing now is just working at the thrift store and able to give back and appreciate what they've done for me.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, sir. And I want to make sure I show this handshake. Thank you very much, sir. Young man, tell me about it.
Well, it's a good place. I'm from Cumming, and so it's nice to be involved in something that's helping our community, and it's helped me tremendously. I was in a mess before I came here. I was out of control, and Cumming Home Ministries has brought me stability in my life, got me closer to the Lord. I have a full-time job now. I'm able to save money, and it's a transitional house. It's a good place to get your life going ahead, for the future. It's teaching me things. It's giving me accountability, structure, and but also we volunteer here at the thrift store, and it's helping us give back to the community. We meet people all the time. We share our testimony, where we've come from, how far Cumming Ministries and God has brought us, and it's a good way to give back.
Beautiful, man. Let me shake your hand, brother. Thank you, sir. Young man. First, I like that beard action going. I mean, that looks good, brother. That looks good. Now, tell me about you, sir.
The ministry is a beautiful place because it allows homeless or broken men to come into a safe, stable environment and around good people, and just to be loved on, and teaches you just life in general, how to work, responsibilities, and gets you prepared to go out on your own. I recently just moved into my own home.
What? Wait a minute, hold on. You recently just moved into your own home?
Yes, sir. And then by the grace of God, God is so good. I've never had my own place in my life.
Wow.
I've never worked so many months consistently in my life. And I've been clean longer than I've ever had in my life. And so it's just a beautiful thing, and the network and just the amount of people that I have met, it's just unbelievable, and the fruits God has put into my life just as a byproduct, I believe, of being here, being still, and soaking in all the love and teachings that they give to us.
Beautiful. Young man, let me shake your hand. Thank you,
I tell
sir.
everyone that although I'm a volunteer and an active member of this ministry, I'm the one that receives. Because there are so many great men that come through who are broken, and to watch them go from that brokenness and watch them have stability and self-worth, and to be able to transition into their own lives is amazing. It is actually one of the greatest things ever. And as I've said before, I am, the oldest of two with a much younger brother, but I have a band of brothers that I could call on at any time. So I'm the one that is actually blessed to see these men, to meet these men, and to just watch them to grow in who they are and who they are in the Lord, and to be able to be a part of that. It's a true blessing.
Amen to that. Let me shake your hand. And we are in Karen's office, and we are at the end of this wonderful, wonderful tour. We have seen your thrift store. We've seen down here where your church services go. We've talked to some incredible people. We even had politician Greg Dolezal come through. But now, ma'am, how can people get in contact with you guys at this wonderful ministry?
Well, our thrift store and ministry center is located at 429 Canton Highway in Cumming.
Right.
We're right across the street from Ingalls.
Okay.
And people can come into the thrift store and shop. They can be prayed for. Whatever their needs are, they can come in here. Also, we have a Facebook page, and it's CHM Thrift Store for right now. And we're going to be launching a whole bunch of new stuff very shortly, but right now that's where you can get a hold of us. We also have a website, which is cumminghomeministries.org. You can call our thrift store, which is also our office, which is 678-456-5544. We also have a brand new GoFundMe page, because right now the ministry is needing support for these men. It costs about $3,600 for the 9-month stay for these men. And so we're giving sponsors the opportunity to invest in a man's future. And we have different levels. In fact, I have a campaign going on right now, YG, that's talking about restoring and rebuilding a brother. And that's what the heart of this is all about. We have different growth levels that a sponsor can invest in. We have the seed sower, we have the cultivator, the harvester level, the cornerstone, and the brotherhood support. The brotherhood support for $3,600 pays for an entire man's housing, food, clothing, transportation to and from the new jobs we help them get. It does everything. The transportation is a big issue because our ministry vehicle is on its very last leg or tire, however you want to say that. And we take these men to medical appointments, to counseling, whatever they need. And so we have that opportunity for everyone. Our GoFundMe page can be reached right from our Facebook or from our website, either one. So that's a new push, and that's a new opportunity for people. If they can't come in the store and work with us side by side, that's how they can support these men.
Wow, beautiful. Well, I want to tell you, and hold on, I got to get in here. I got to get in here. Hold on, bend down. I got to get in here. I want to personally say thank you to you guys for all the wonderful work that you guys do. And I know this is an odd angle, but I want to say please support Cumming Home Ministries. And like I said before, I was homeless 26 years ago, and by the grace of God, I made it out. But if I would have had a place like this, I would have been able to come out of hell much, much sooner, much, much better, much, much stronger, and it would have impacted me more. But you guys are doing the great work here. So as a person who done went through it, I'm telling you, this is needed. So thank you so much, ma'am. God bless this ministry, and you guys support it. I'm gonna give me a big old hug. All right, all right. God bless you guys, and have a good one.
God bless you.